Well, a very good evening, and welcome back down to East Midlands Airport. We're live flight action. Thank you very much for joining us here this evening. We're within the grounds of the Aeropark again, in our usual spot for a Tuesday evening. And the weather isn't too bad at all just yet. So just waiting on that first arrival. So I'll check where that is this evening. Let's have a look, see if we can get the image back. What have we gone to? And there we go, image should be with us now. Hopefully so anyway. So let's get that radar loaded up and see where that first aircraft is. Jet 2 arriving in from Faro this evening, that one just passing through 10,900 feet now, just south of Leicester. And we've got the Chewy currently doing circuits this afternoon. That's the Chewy 737 MAX. That's been up and about for the past hour or so. So we'll have a quick pan across the here from here while we wait for that one, see if that one does do another touch and go. DHL ramp quite sparse this evening for a change. The 777 just at the end there, arriving in from Delhi a short while ago. That one just before the start of the stream. Sounds like that Chewy is making its way up again. It's just above us this evening. Here we go. So that one has been doing touch and goes for the past while. So that one is just taking a bit of an extended extended path down the runway heading this evening. Okay, so look on the apron over there. Again from Tuesday evening, it's not that busy at all. There you go, that focus set up. So maybe a quiet stream this evening for a little while. So we've got that Jet 2 arriving in from Faro. That one is around 10 minutes away from us now. And a lot of that traffic approaching from the south. And you've got the DHL service in from JFK. That one arriving in around 50 minutes time. And then a number of aircraft making their way up just off the coast of France over the Bay of Biscay. Jet 2 service in from Tenerife, looks like that one is leading the way. The Ryanair service in from Malaga, close behind. And then the Jet 2 service in from Fuerteventura. Those services should be with us within the next hour and 15 to an hour and 20 minutes this evening. And then a couple of services a bit further out. We got the Jet 2 service in from Lanzarote. That just about to pass over into Spain from Portugal. And then the Jet 2 service in from Tenerife. That one just a little way off the coast of Portugal there. But the first aircraft in this evening will be our Jet 2 service in from Faro. That one now just east of Leicester, so not too long to wait at all for that one. And we'll get the additional power set up here I think this evening. So the weather not too bad at all, a bit better than it was last Thursday. No wind for a change, so wind free up here. Temperature is going to drop off over the next couple of hours. We've got everything wrapped up warm, ready to get wrapped up warm, so we can stay out as long as possible this evening. We'll probably end the stream a little earlier than we usually do, probably about 8:15 this evening. So that cold's taken a little bit of a toll over the past few weeks, so with the dip in traffic later on towards the end of the stream as well, it's probably a good natural break there to end on. So probably streaming until 8:15 this evening. The last service in maybe, or should hopefully be, the UPS service in from Philadelphia. So looks like that one is just out in the Atlantic at the minute. Let's have a quick check on those arrivals. Actually just about to turn back onto approach here at East Midlands. So it looks like that Jet 2 service will be in first. That's Jet 2 in from Faro. The aircraft in front of us, the Jet 2 service in from Gran Canaria, landing around 20 minutes ago at East Midlands. Following the Jet 2 service in from Faro, we've got the DHL service in from New York, operated by that 767. The Ryanair service in from Malaga, and that should be followed by the DHL 777 in from Leipzig this evening. We should then see, just before that, a couple of minutes before that, should see the Jet 2 service in from Tenerife. That one operating around 10 minutes ahead of schedule this evening. The usual RVL service in from the Isle of Man, scheduled just after 7:05. And then around the same time, the Jet 2 service in from Fuerteventura. We've also got the DHL 777 in from Cincinnati. Following that, Jet 2 service in from Lanzarote and Tenerife. Those due just before 8 PM. The Lanzarote service 10 to 8 and the Tenerife service just after 8:10. And then currently scheduled to land in at 8:20 this evening is that UPS service from Philadelphia. We've got the 757 in from Reykjavik as well, the DHL 757. So we'll see which one of those we see first. Both are scheduled around the same time, but we'll likely end the stream on that inbound from Philadelphia or Reykjavik this evening. So thank you very much for joining us again here at East Midlands. And good evening to everybody in the chat. It's good to have you with me. Have you with us, sorry. And thank you to everybody watching as well. So it's the first stream of the week from down here at East Midlands. We'll be back out again on Thursday evening. Again, starting about 5:30 and running through till about 8 PM, 8 PM to 9 PM. Just looking at departures here. We have the West Atlantic ATR that is expected around about now. Looks like that one is just still on stand over there, so let's have a quick spin around and see if we can catch that one. The sun is just setting here at East Midlands, so we'll catch a quick glimpse of that as well while we're in this direction. It looks like that one is still currently being loaded up this evening, so just a little behind schedule. Yeah, looks like that one is still being offloaded. Assuming it is that one in front of us. And that one utilising a stand further down, but we'll keep an eye on that one. Like the cargo still coming off that one this evening. And just while we're in this direction, just a quick glimpse of that evening sky. Sun just setting on us. Fortunate enough to have a little bit more light this evening than we have been used to over the past few weeks. There you go, the sun just about to disappear behind all that cloud there. Hopefully it doesn't bring any rain with it. I don't think any is forecast, but should be quite a pleasant but cold evening. But in the distance though, we have the 1S747. See that one there? That one is just pushing back. That one off to Chengdu this evening. Registration on this one, Golf Uniform November Echo Tango. Airframe is 33 years of age. So we've seen the one as arrive into East Midlands. Not managed to catch one yet departing, not in the daylight anyway. So that one is due out at about 6:10. Looks like that one is pushing. So I'll keep an eye on that one. See how quickly it makes it down to runway 27 this evening. We are back on runway 27, ops now here at East Midlands. Runway 09 has been in use for most of the day. That wind dying off now, and a gentle breeze is blowing in the direction of 27. So all aircraft departing and arriving back on that runway this evening. That Jet 2 service in from Farrow, just passing overhead Kegworth now. We should see this one landing in the next few minutes. I'll keep in this direction, just keeping an eye on that 1S747 in the distance there. And we should see that Jet 2 arrive in pretty soon, within the next couple of minutes. So thank you very much to everybody who joined us this evening. It's good to have you all with us. So just awaiting the arrival of that Jet 2 now. So that one is just touching down in the distance. Just making an appearance, and that one looks like it is on the move as well, so you should see that one depart out hopefully in the not too distant future. So the one I do quite frequently experience a few delays. I managed to catch, I tried to catch this one a few times on these evening streams. He's always been delayed just beyond the time that I usually stream until. And good evening to everybody joining us in the chat this evening. Good to see you, good to have you with us. Let's see whereabouts this one ends. I understand this evening there's a lot of choice to pick from. So that apron over there quite empty this evening. Sounds like that Chewie is making use of the runway as well. Sounds like that one may be coming to the end of its circuit training this afternoon. Stick with the Jet 2 for a few seconds so that one comes into view. And making use of the end stand there. So it looks like we'll manage to catch this one disembark as well. Let's just have a quick pan around, catch that Chewie that's been on the training exercise this afternoon. This one's been out for probably an hour or so now, maybe just under. This one's been doing a number of training flights today. Making use of the airport. Well, it's a little bit quieter. Disappearing. So look back on that Jet 2 now. Wrong direction. There we go. Just hiding away behind the steps there. You should be able to watch most of this disembarkation take place this evening. Registration on that one, Golf Delta Romeo Tango Lima. Airframe 11 years of age. Flight time this evening 2 hours and 40 minutes. Looks like the one is moving on stand now. Hopefully making its way down to the start of 2-7 this evening. And good evening to you, thank you very much for joining us. Adam, good evening to you in Bournemouth. Shredderhead, good evening to you. Rusty Sprout as well. Chubby Joe, good evening to you. Thanks for everybody joining in the chat this evening. It's good to have you with us. So that Jet 2 service here from Faro, that front door just opening there. Not too long before we see the first passengers off that one this evening. Looks like the one is just on stand. That one probably starting up in the distance. Nothing that we can hear so far. This one did have a scheduled departure time of about 6:10 last time I looked, so probably 20 minutes or so out if that one sticks to schedule, or if it does manage to get a new slot. Of course, we'll hopefully see that one a little sooner. But not too busy for a Tuesday evening, so that sun just disappearing in the sky now. Making everything very orange around us. This makes a nice change from being in the dark and the cold. So the weather is set to stay like this for most of the week. That we may experience a little bit of rain over the next couple of days, but moving a little further out into next week, that should improve. Thursday's weather next week definitely looks a lot warmer, That one should be around 13 to 15 degrees by the time we start the stream, so hopefully not as many layers to keep us warm for the duration of that one. The National Police Air Service walking out, just starting up as well, so that one should be out in a couple of minutes. So we have one of the Cessna 152 from the training school as well. That one's landing onto runway 27 this evening. That one been out for just over an hour or so, heading down towards Leicester and then looping back again. That one just vacating onto the taxiway now. Just checking those arrivals. Looks like that JFK service just a little delay this evening. That one is due in around 7:10 now. So just a bit further out than we hoped for on that one. Let's see where that one currently is. Yeah, that one routing differently than it usually does. That one approaching Ireland from the south this evening, and making its way over the coast of Ireland, over Wales and in towards East Midlands. So that one about an hour and 10 minutes out. We'll stick with it. We'll hopefully see this 747 out anytime soon. So for a Tuesday evening, it's very calm and peaceful indeed. That's that 152 there, just passing by. Keep track of this one as it disappears in a couple of minutes. Anyway, that one is just vacating it back off to the apron outside of the flight school here at East Midlands. Well, disappearing off behind the hangar there. So those passengers just disembarking from the rear of that aircraft now. We should hopefully be able to see the majority of aircraft making their way up from the south this evening. The visibility is quite good. Wow, the sun is a little bit blinding. Well, we've got very good visibility again, probably a good 20 to 25 mile visibility this evening, so able to see most of those approaching aircraft from the south. The cloud base is a little low above us, but that shouldn't hinder us too much. So just a few delays then this evening on those arrivals. So the majority of the aircraft approaching from the south, the tour operators, Jet2 and the odd Ryanair in there as well, look to be on time at the minute. The Vulcan just passing by then. That one should be up and away in the next few minutes. Lose that one just to the perimeter fence there, and a slight dip in the grass. While we're in that direction, let's have a look at that one here. Looks like that one has disappeared off now, so it should be making its way towards 27. Walking out somewhere in the vicinity as well. Out just a little bit to make sure we catch that one out this evening. So that one is going to sneak out just before the 747. That one holding short of runway 27 now. National Police Vulcan Air making a swift exit out of East Midlands this evening, off into that evening sun, and off on operation this evening. That one turns back around. We're panning back around to runway 27. That one making a right-hand turn out of East Midlands this evening. 747 on the takeoff roll now. There we go, that 18747 off into the late evening sun there. That one off to the far east this evening. Stick with this one as long as we can, so it makes its way off into the distance. There we Not bad even at all for a bit of 747 action. Bit of a condensation on the wings there as it passes through that cloud. That one passing through 4,000 feet now. And that will continue its journey towards the south this evening. Let's knock off on that one just a minute. There we go, making that left hand turn. This one making it out ahead of schedule for a change. We got 10 minutes or so ahead of schedule this evening. That one just reaching 5,000 feet. There we go, that one off into the cloud, the 747 there this evening. Back into the gloom of the airport underneath that setting sun. Just take a quick look back around at that sunset this evening at the end of runway 27. The sky is dyed orange in front of us. It's a great shot on that 747 as it departed out there. Very fortunate to capture it in that sunlight. There we go, back onto normality over there. So thank you again to everybody joining us. It's good to have you with us this evening. Thank you to everybody in the chat. It's great to see you again. Dave, good evening to you. Ben, good evening to you. Probably streaming until 8:15 this evening, hoping to end on the UPS 767 or the DHL 757 in from Reykjavik. Rob, good evening to you. Thank you very much. Yeah, very fortunate to catch that one this evening. So we wasn't expecting it with the sun setting in front of us, but very nice shot indeed. So glad you could all join us for that one. H-Dog, good evening to you. Thank you for joining us again. So look back on the radar, see what those next movements are like. I think we're a little while off from receiving that 767 from JFK this evening. Yeah, so it looks like those next two inbounds. The Tenerife service operated by Jet2. That one is around 40 minutes away from us now, and so is the Ryanair service in from Malaga. Following behind that, we've got the service in from Fuerteventura. That's with us in around 50 minutes. Now it looks like that DHL service is still around an hour out now. And that one just approaching the coast of Ireland. Looks like that one is going to skirt past Cork over to Wales towards Cardigan Bay and Aberystwyth, routing just north of Birmingham, and then should approach East Midlands from the south. As I say, that one around an hour away from us at the minute. Should hopefully see the a few services outbound this evening. Let's just have a check at where we are. So obviously just have the 747. I just had the 747 depart out there to Chengdu this evening. You've got the West Atlantic ATR, that one currently pinging up with an estimated time of 8:10. Let's just quickly pan back across to that DHL apron, see if it's, we're assuming it's this one, seeing if it's progressing any further. Looks like that one is all closed up now, all that cargo has been taken out. But there may be in the distance another ATR just out of sight. This is the only one that we can see at the minute. I don't think we can get any closer on that registration. It may not be the one we're after. We'll keep an eye out on that one. It may well be. I don't think there are many West Atlantic ATRs in the vicinity this evening, and the ATRs do frequently use that end stand there. But the Chewy 737 MAX, that's been on base training this evening. Looks like that one is out to Linz this evening. That's how you pronounce it. Anyway, LINZ. Aircraft details on that one, registration. Golf Tango Uniform Mike Lima as a 737 MAX. The age on the airframe is 3 years. I think if we have a quick spin back around, the only Chewy aircraft on stand this evening is the one that's been on base training this afternoon. I think it's in that direction in front of us. So it looks like a bit of haze coming from the back of that, so the APU does look like it is started. Looks like those rear lights are visible as well. So it looks like this one is ready to start up and depart out this evening. So that one does have a time of 7:10, so maybe around an hour's time. But that one is definitely on stand, waiting to go this evening. So it's a little bit quiet this evening, which is not too unfamiliar for a Tuesday. A little more quiet than we've been used to. I'm just starting the stream early so we can catch that 747 out this evening. That was quite a fortunate shot, and that sunlight just disappearing into the just below the horizon there. Not too long before we drop back into darkness. For the next few weeks we should see a lot more of that daylight. The clocks of course going changing again at the end of the month, so we should get an extra hour of daylight at least, and then that should only increase as we go through the next couple of months into the start of the summer schedule here at East Midlands. So the density and frequency of that traffic should also help to bring a bit more action to the streams. fairly quiet at the minute. Take a quick look across on that DHL apron again. Hopefully that ATR starts up anytime soon. The one 747 no longer in front of us, leaving a very vacant space. I'm not too sure where that one has ended up, whether it's been moved further down the field or if that one has indeed gone off to Asia. I think that one was bound for Hong Kong at some point, maybe progressing on 3 engines, given that it was waiting for that one to be replaced. That one's been with us for about 3 weeks now. But if anybody's got any details on that, I've not been keeping tabs on that one. So if you've got any details, definitely share it with us in the chat. Yeah, the birds are making use of all the quiet here at the minute. They're all in the trees behind us. Not very common sound here at the airport, but they're definitely in there. Just take a close up of that 777. This one arriving in from Delhi a couple of hours ago. Yeah, they were just offloading that one while we were waiting for that one 747 to depart this evening. But the majority of that cargo should now be off. And that rear door is closed, so it doesn't look like any further action on that one this evening, unless that one is scheduled to go out. It looks like we've got the 777 in from Leipzig. That one just starting up in Leipzig, making its way to towards runway 26 left over there. That one should be departing straight out. We should see that one in the next hour and a half or so. So they may be making use of the lower cargo bays there. And the conveyor belt is still in place. We're still offloading that one from the other side. Just 30 minutes or so to wait for those next inbounds. The Ryanair service in from Malaga leading the way now. That one should be with us in the next 30 to 35 minutes. That one just leaving the coast of France, just east of Cherbourg. Those are heading towards the south coast, passing over the Isle of Wight, over Portsmouth, and then routing up towards East Midlands this evening. Following that Malaga service, then the Jet 2 service in from Tenerife, following the same pattern. That one again 35 minutes or so before we see that one, and just trailing a few minutes behind those two, the Jet 2 service in from Fuerteventura. That one is around 40 minutes away from us this evening. Now that DHL 767 now over the coast of Ireland. That one is just going to pass north of Cork now, slightly changing its flight path this evening. That one may make a heading for Dublin, just passing south of that before turning right over towards Wales and then routing towards East Midlands. The RVL service in from the Isle of Man also on its way. That one over the Irish Sea now, currently at 4,600 feet. That one should be about 45-50 minutes away from us. And right past Scotland, further north towards Iceland, that DHL 757 now on its way down. That one should be with us in about 2 hours this evening. So that one currently at just passing through about 24,000 feet, making its way towards 25,000 feet now. They're currently cruising at, climbing at 430 knots. So roughly 2 hours time before we see that one. And we'll likely end the stream with that service as well. The UPS 767 looks like it's going to be in within the next 2 hours as well. Maybe just slightly before the DHL in from Reykjavik. But we'll keep tabs on both of those, and we'll likely end either one of those services, whichever is in last this evening. Just another aircraft out in the Atlantic at the minute, just off the coast of Ireland. DHL 767 in from Cincinnati. That one currently cruising at 39,000 feet, 451 knots. That one is currently cruising at. That one should be with us in about an hour and 20 minutes this evening. So it looks like they've disappeared from the rear of that aircraft now. Looks like the lower cargo bay is in operation over the other side, but not a lot that we can see from this vantage point, unfortunately. So it's quite unusual for the airfield to be this quiet on a Tuesday evening. We normally see much more traffic than this, but thank you very much for everybody who's joining us so far. It's good to have you with us, as that sun is just disappearing to the right of us. Anybody just joining us, if you did miss that 747 depart just a little while ago, have a skip back through the stream and watch that one as it departed into the sun as it was setting. So very good sight indeed. So not too long to wait until those first services arrive in with us then this evening. Just a little further south, leaving the coast of Spain now. Got that Jet 2 service in from Lanzarote. That one is just heading west of Santander. That one should be with us in around an hour and 30 minutes. And then just shy of 2 hours, the Jet 2 service in from Tenerife. That one just over mainland Spain. That one still another hour and 50 minutes to run. The 747 just leaving the south now. So a bit further up on the south actually. Just leaving the east coast, just little south of Southwold. Just below Lowestoft and Great Yarmouth. That one still another 11 hours to run on its flight over to the east this evening. So yeah, it's just a bit unfortunate about the schedule this evening being a bit sparse. So with the operation, Runway back in operation on Wednesdays now as well. I think most of the operators making use of the time slots either side of that. Or have been making use of time slots either side of that in the past few weeks. But now it's fully operational again, able to use the runway for the majority of the day. So just a slight delay on the service in from Leipzig this evening, and that one due in at 7:30 now. So around 35-minute delay on that one. The rest of the services though look to be on time. DHL service in from JFK, making up a bit of time now. That one due in at 7:15 now. Let's just take a pan across, so a bit of a different view, see if we can see the ATR on stand there. Doesn't look like that one is moving anywhere anytime soon. That one's still all shut down over there. The departure time on that one being pushed back as well by about 30 minutes. That one due out at 5 to 7 this evening, so about 30 minutes or so until we see this one start up and depart this evening. So not much luck so far, but those services now approaching the south coast, around 25 minutes away from us, so not long to wait before we see those first 3 services in this evening. Let's take a quick pan across the apron there, see if we can see any action over on the terminal area. So I don't think we've got any scheduled departures this evening. You can see only a few aircraft actually on stand. I think the Chewy is the only aircraft outbound this evening, or within the time we'll be streaming for. Anyway, that one just off in the distance there. That one due out in the next 40 minutes or so. So that one being on the base trading for most of the day down here at East Midlands. Just catching up on the chat then. Tracy, good evening to you. Nigel, good evening to you as well. And Alan, thank you very much for joining us. So at least the weather isn't too cold for the time being. It's quite pleasant actually. Not too cold. Not wet either, which is a bonus. So we weren't that fortunate on Thursday's stream. A lot of wind and a bit of rain as well, which made it a bit challenging for me out here. But that due out about 10 past 7 this evening. The rest of the apron over there. Quite sparse indeed. It's that early arrival arm stand over there. That one arriving in from Gran Canaria just before the start of the stream. Just a little further down the runway, the helicopter making its way down towards us. It's somewhere out there. There we go. This one, can't see the writing on it, but it's this is one of the Augusta's child ambulance, I think. This one is dedicated to the transfer of very ill children around the country. There we go, that one just about to disappear off into the apron behind the hangars there. The air ambulance, not this particular one, I think there's the Derbyshire, Rutland and Nottinghamshire air ambulance. It did used to be situated here, just a couple hundred metres in front of where that one is now. That one was a regular site for quite some time at East Midlands. They've now been rehomed a little bit further down the county, I think. So yeah, this one not a very familiar site at East Midlands. You can always tell it's telltale green livery as well. There we go, that one making its way off to the apron just behind the hangars there. So looks like the crew just finally making their way off that Jet 2 service there. That one early inbound from Grand Canaria. Lights all off now, so that one is sealed up for the evening. So the one in front of us arriving in from Faro at the start of the stream. That one all sealed up as well. Looks like that one is still has power attached to it. So let's have a look at where those inbounds are now. Yeah, the air ambulance there making its way down from Newcastle this evening. About an hour's flight down to East Midlands. Registration on that one, Golf November India Charlie uniform. That one 4 years of age. And that one of course the Children's Air Ambulance. Okay, so that Ryanair service in from Malaga, making its way up. That one is just north of High Wycombe at the minute. We should see that one in the next 15 minutes or so, 15 to 20 minutes. Closely following up the Jet 2 service in from Tenerife, that one around 25 minutes also, and just approaching over the south coast, just north of Chichester, is the Jet 2 service in from Fuerteventura. That one's still at 30,000 feet, cruising at 30,000 feet. Speed on that one around 440 knots at the minute, and that one should start its descent anytime soon. Yeah, Ryanair leading out the front there, just passing through 22,500 feet now, and the Jet 2 just about to pass through 27,500. So 15 to 20 minutes before we see that Ryanair service in this evening. So thank you very much for sticking with us. The temperature just dropping off ever so slightly, but still a lot of daylight left around us this evening, which feels very strange. We're almost in complete darkness this time a couple of weeks ago. The night's definitely drawing out. Let's take a look just a little further afield on that DHL service here from JFK. Too many J's in front of me. That one, as we expected, just about to pass south of Dublin. That should then turn on to heading towards East Midlands, passing over Wales. It may just skirt the top of Anglesey there, and then make its way across to East Midlands. That one around 35 minutes away from us. Let's have a look if we can see any movement on the ACR over on the DHL apron there. This did have a scheduled time last time we had a look of 6:55. Looks like that one is still pretty much dead over there. See if we can have a look at the departures to see if that slot has changed. Still saying 6:55, so next 20 minutes or so we should hopefully see some action on that one. Should be able to watch this one start up and taxi its way down to runway 27. So it looks like the service here from JFK making good time this evening. Not as early as its anticipated arrival. It looks like it's eating those minutes up as it makes its way across to East Midlands this evening. And that one has made around 30 minutes. 30 minutes or so up this evening. So still a little delayed, but not as delayed as we were anticipating. The Jet2 service and Ryanair services just south of Milton Keynes now. So not too long, we should be able to see those approaching from the south. Cloud base is relatively low this evening, so it may not be until they get a little bit closer to us that we can see them approaching. But they should be with us in the next 15 to 20 minutes now. The Ryanair just passing through 17,700 feet, and the Jet2 just about to pass through 21,000 feet. That Jet2 service in from Fuerteventura then is just west of Heathrow now. That one is just starting its descent, passing through 29,500 feet there. And again, that one should be with us in around 25 minutes. The RVL in from the Isle of Man, that's Cessna Caravan. That one also 25 minutes or so away from us now. That one just south of Liverpool, heading towards Ellesmere Port. And looks like that one is going to head or out just north of Crewe, down towards Stoke-on-Trent, north of Derby, and then into East Midlands. So around 15 minutes or so, and we should see most of those aircraft with us this evening. So it's very strange to not see as much traffic on a Tuesday evening. It's very quiet indeed, to the point where a lot of you can hear the birds behind us in the trees, which is a very unfamiliar sound. Well, thanks to everybody sticking with us. It's good to have you all with us again, and good to see everybody in the chat. Ian, good evening to you. Irish Train Guy, good evening to you as well. Thank you very much for joining us. Ryan, good evening to you. Sorry to hear that you're not feeling very well. Yeah, tonsillitis isn't the best, is it? Helen, good evening to you. Thank you very much for your comment there. Thank you very much, Stuart. Just some information on the 1A747 is indeed looks like that's been moved a little further down the airfield there onto the stands towards the UPS hangars to have some work done to it. Thank you very much for that, Stuart. So I didn't actually realise until we started the stream that it wasn't there. So used to seeing it in front of us over these past few weeks. But a big vacant spot there. Hopefully some more interesting aircraft to come. Now, last summer there were a lot of interesting movements down here at East Midlands. A lot of people have mentioned down here as well the Indian Air Force C-17 moving a lot of gold bullion around. So hopefully this summer we see a few more interesting movements around the airport. The control tower well lit up there this evening. Yeah, Rob, on that engine, that's the last we heard of it as well. I think that one does require a new engine, but getting a hold of that particular spec seems to be a bit problematic for them. So it's not just as easy as unbolting and bolting another one back on. There's a lot of different aspects to take into consideration, so I think looking for the exact same engine spec can be a little bit problematic. So yeah, if they can manage to overhaul that one while it's still on the ground here, I think that will probably be their best option, other than flying it out under the power of 3 engines and getting a new one fitted. Or a new one, should I say. It's more likely to be a brand spanking new one, but one in better working condition, or one in a working condition, so to say, than the one that's currently attached to it at the minute. And I'm sure they very much want that one back in the air as soon as it possibly can be. It's quite a sizable and useful aircraft to have been sat on the ground here. I'm sure it's costing them quite a bit as well in stand fees to have that one sitting around, so I can only assume they're trying to work the hardest to get that one back in there as soon as they possibly can. So, not too long to wait before those first services arrive in with us this evening. It's a bit of a shame that there's not more traffic around. It really is the quietest that I've seen the airport in some time. I should pick up in the next 10 or 15 minutes. So the Ryanair and Jet2 services inbound from the south. And of course those cargo aircraft making their way across the Atlantic as well. And from the far north, the DHL 757 making its way down from Reykjavik this evening. And of course that 767 making its way in from JFK. That one is just routing towards Anglesey now, just going to skirt the coast of Anglesey before making its way overhead North Wales. Also that one is going to just pass over London now, in Colwyn Bay, and then make its way down towards Chester, Stoke-on-Trent, and then heading for Derby before turning into East Midlands. So just looking out to the south now, nothing visible just yet, but that Ryanair is just south of Leicester. That one currently at 7,700 feet. 8 minutes away from us now. And the same on that Jet 2, that one just passes through 9,500 feet, around 10 minutes away from us. We'll just take a last glimpse of that sun setting at the end of the runway there. It's a very unfamiliar sight indeed. There's still a little bit of daylight ahead of us, just shy of 7 PM. So we're normally well and truly in the dark by this time, so a very welcome change indeed. Definitely makes a change to have a bit of quiet around the airfield as well. It actually is like you can drop a pin. It's deadly quiet. Not used to that at all. Used to the smell of tyre smoke and being blasted by the engines from those DHLs on stand over there. Hopefully that should change before too long. Let's have a look. This one is due out in the next 10 minutes or so, but it doesn't like much movement at all on that one. So the majority of that cargo still resting behind it there. Let's have a look on the schedule. Still scheduled for 6:55. See if they make a mad dash for that one anytime soon. But in terms of departures, we should have that Chewy 737 MAX, the one that has been on base training here today. That one departing out to Linz. That's how you pronounce it. But that one is scheduled out at 7:10 this evening, so that one is just off in the distance. If we leave that ATR, a quick spin around. Oh, a bit too far there. See if we can make that one. There we go. Yeah, Chewy 737 MAX in front there. Looks like that APU is still going there. Just about to see the heat being generated by that APU coming out the back of the aircraft. So that one should be making its way out in the next 20 minutes or so, hopefully. But those three inbounds rapidly making their way towards East Midlands now. The Ryanair just about to turn on to final approach there. That one about 10 miles away from us at the minute. But that one just turning on to making a left-hand turn onto final, and then making its way down to runway 27, just passing through 8,700 feet now. And the Jet 2 service in from Tenerife shouldn't be far behind, just a couple of minutes. That one passing through 5,800 feet. Following a very similar path. And that Jet 2 service in from Future Ventura around 10 minutes out now. The National Police Force Vulcaner making its way back down towards East Midlands. Looks like that one has been on operation up the M1 this evening, orbiting over Mansfield for a short while, and off to Chesterfield, and then making its way back down towards East Midlands. That one departed around 50 minutes ago, so it may spend a little while longer on operation this evening, or it may indeed make its way back in if it is surplus to requirements. The RVL Cessna in from the Isle of Man. That one is 16 minutes away from us, according to the radar. That's probably more like 20-25 minutes away from us. That one just west of Ashbourne now. No surprises, and make up a little of that time this evening. Well, at current it's reading about 15 minutes away from us. The DHL 767 just about to approach over the coast of Wales now. That one is just west of Rhyl. That one is going to route down on a heading which we thought just south of Chester over to Stoke-on-Trent, and then should be making its way towards Ashbourne, just north of Derby, and then making that right turn over Nottingham into East Midlands for final approach onto runway 27. Speaking of final approaches, at Ryanair is just a couple of minutes away from us now. It's currently over at East Leek, passing through 2,000 feet. So while we wait for that one, we'll catch up with that one as it passes just a little closer. So when it gets to about 500 feet or so, we should be able to start seeing it through the trees here at the end of the vantage point inside the Aeropark. And no movement on this one, unfortunately. Still looks very much dead this evening. No power at all in that one. All the hydraulic systems are definitely dead. You can just see that vertical stabiliser there. Just to one side, indicating that those hydraulic systems aren't live. So no power currently on that one. So we'll see as to when that one does become live and start up. So we should have a very good vantage point of that one this evening. Looks like we have 5 aircraft inbound now, 3 of those being the Ryanair and 2 Jet2 services. The RVL in from the Isle of Man, and looks like that National Police Force Vulcan Air. Just a little north of Derby now. So that one looks like it may start orbiting, so it may still be on operation for a little while longer yet. Ian, thank you very much for joining us this evening. It's been good to have you with you. Have you with us, should I say. Yeah, hopefully those transatlantics shouldn't be too far out at all. Right now, just passing over the runway threshold now. Those lights just visible through the tree line there. Let's quickly pan around and catch that one in this evening. It's a shame in the change in wind direction. I think there's the one in question that we were speaking about a little earlier on. Here it's Runway 09 has been in operation most of today. With that wind direction changing this evening. Putting us back on runway 27 ops. If you want to see any of our streams while we've been on runway 09 ops here at East Midlands, have a look back through. There's a few interesting aircraft movements on there. We've got the Ryanair service in front of us, arriving in from Malaga this evening. Flight time on that one, 2 hours and 34 minutes. Registration, Echo India Golf X-Ray Hotel. Looks like that air ambulance is just starting up again. Just about here, that one whirring away in the background. So just take the chance to chuck cover over the equipment just to keep it warm. pan back on the rider in a minute. See if you can catch that helicopter there. Jet 2 now on final. We'll pan across and catch that one in a minute. You'll see what the intentions of this air ambulance are in front of us for a couple of minutes. This one is just holding for the Jet 2, so let's go across and have a look at that one. Jet 2 service in from Tenerife to Sea. Flight time on this one 4 hours and 5 minutes. Registration on this one Golf Juliet Zulu Hotel Tango. They're on air pulling into stand just behind the Jet 2 there, so it looks like we may be able to watch that one disembark as well. There's one on the stand next to that one, and the air ambulance on the move now, so let's pan across to that one. Just using very little oil the runway this evening. I'll lift straight off and depart straight out. There you go, that one disappearing off into the evening sky. Either back on operation or returning to its base for the evening. Let's catch up with those arriving aircraft then. The Jet 2 just pulling into stand over there in front of the terminal, the Ryanair in front of us. Looks like those aircraft stairs being used at the front of the aircraft. The inbuilt stairs, very useful on the Ryanair aircraft, especially some of the more remote airports where the ancillary equipment is not so commonly available. Good option to have those stairs installed underneath. Just before we catch up with that, the Jet 2 service in from Future Insurer touching down now. flight time on that one 3 hours and 50 minutes this evening. Registration Golf Delta Romeo Tango Zulu. Mark, good evening to you. Thank you very much for joining us. Catch back up on that jet suit in a minute. Let's just get a bit closer on the Ryanair as that one disembarks this evening. Yeah, we'll stick with the runner just for a couple of minutes. That's RVL making its way here from the Isle of Man now. That one just passing overhead East Leak. So that one may disappear from the radar in a minute, as they usually do, and sneak up on us. Yeah. National Police walking just north of the airfield now as well. You can just hear that one in the distance. That one is just orbiting. Should be making its way in soon. That DHL 767 just north of Ashbourne now. Approaching north of Derby. Now that one is routing towards Nottingham. And then that will make a right-hand turn and continue making that right-hand turn as it makes its final approach into East Midlands this evening. That one passing through 8,400 feet now. While we watch that Ryanair just disembark, I'm going to get a quick drink. So the temperature's not too bad this evening. Stayed quite warm. I imagine to stay quite warm anyway, which makes a welcome change. I'll have a quick drink, and nevertheless, there we go. So thanks to everybody joining us again from East Midlands. First stream of the week. Our second will be on Thursday this week, where hopefully the arrivals and departures are a bit more frequent. It's been a bit of a quiet evening so far, which is very strange for East Midlands. Not too strange, but strange that there's not a lot of activity this evening. It's probably why the Chewy, that one should be due out anytime soon, has been on a base training this afternoon. So once the DHL 767 lands in from JFK, we will catch up with that one as it vacates and pulls on to stand this evening. Hopefully the operation of unloading that one starts quite quickly. We're able to catch a bit of a close-up on that one. But a couple more DHL services approaching from the east and west now. The DHL in from Leipzig, that operated by 777. That one is just about to leave the coast of the Netherlands. That one is around 30 minutes away from us now. And that 777 in from Cincinnati, just south of Dublin. That one will route very similar routing to the 767 in from JFK. Should be routing over the top of Wales, just skirting Anglesey there, before making its way down south of Chester over to Stoke-on-Trent and then into East Midlands. But that RBL caravan should be out there somewhere, so these can be quite difficult to spot. I think this one may have just be about to roll past us. There we go. Let's see if we can keep track of this one as it arrives onto its stand this evening. A little regular visitor on our streams. Just a short hop of an hour or so for this one this evening. You can see just disappearing off into the dark there. See if you can adjust that camera setting ever so slightly. There we go. You can keep up my footing as well underneath, so I don't trip over. There we go. We should make a right turn onto its stand. Looking very lonely over there at the minute. And I'm looking at just touching down onto runway 27, just vacating actually. Have a quick look at that one once this RVL is on stand. There we go, just approaching, should be applying its brakes anytime soon. Yeah, that won't go into a stop. Let's quickly pan across and catch the walking air this evening before that disappears off. Not nice Piper, I think. Yeah, one is just about to escape us. There we go. Just missed that one. That's the National Police Service walking air there. Let's have a quick pan across back onto that Cessna this evening in from the Isle of Man. I'm just shutting down. Just next to the DHL 767 now. And talking of DHL 767s, that one is just about to turn right now onto final approach, just a couple of minutes away from us. That one passing through 3,200 feet now. Ben, thank you very much for that comment there. Good to have you with us. Glad you're enjoying this evening's stream. Yeah, we do tend to get a lot of different aircraft types into East Midlands. It's just a shame that the frequency isn't as populated, but we'll take what we can get at this time of year. Say in the winter months, the volume of traffic is not very intense as we get towards those summer months, especially over the next couple of weeks as we start to get into April and the Easter traffic picks up. All those scheduled tour operator services, the Jet2 Chewy services, taking people off down to the Canaries into Spain and a bit further afield. They should become more frequent over the next couple of weeks. Then we've got the Chewy 787 back in at the end of March as well. That one back on duties, taking people across to Barbados. I think that one is on the 23rd of March. I think, if I'm wrong though, Stuart will definitely correct me on that one. Andy, good evening to you. Giant Coin Stacks, good evening to you as well. Thank you very much for joining us, both of you. So just a couple of minutes in before that 767 rolls out, hopefully in front of us this evening. Those landing lights just visible through the trees there. So just a couple of minutes before that one is visible in front of us. We'll watch that one onto stand this evening. Get a bit of a close-up action of that one being offloaded as well. So if anybody is interested in coming down to the Aeropark, they are open this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Entry is at 10 AM and the last admissions is at 2 PM. They're open 10 till 3, but last admissions 2 PM on Saturday and Sunday. If you want any more details on that, there is a link in our stream description below. Just have a look at that, and there's a link to the Aeropark website there. So if you're interested and you're in the area this weekend, definitely check them out. So that's 767. Let's quickly pan around and catch the arrival of this one. Flight time on this one this evening here from JFK, 6 hours and 48 minutes. Registration on this one, Golf Delta Hotel Lima Romeo. Airframe is 12 years of age. This one just slightly delayed this evening by 40 minutes or so. should be joined very shortly by those services in from Leipzig and Cincinnati, those 777s making their way towards East Midlands now. Probably 25 minutes or so out on both of those aircraft. Doesn't look like that ATR is moving anytime soon. It seems that it is well elapsed now. Let's get a close up of this one as it pulls on to stand this evening. So this one is a converted freighter. Conversion from passenger configuration to cargo configuration by the removal of a bit of the skin material, roughly in the vicinity where the D and the H is towards the front of the aircraft. Removes the a section of that skin, and it's a cargo door in its place. You can just about see the windows in that have been blanked out. So the first red line of that livery, just a little above that, should be able to make out some a row of shining, what look like shining dots. It's in fact the window blanks in there. So the ground crew should get into operation on this one quite quickly. You can already see them making those post-landing checks there. In the next few minutes, that forward cargo door should start to open up and reveal its content to be offloaded this evening. The smoke from the ground power unit just starting up there. Bit of a plume from that one. About that ground power unit providing power to the aircraft now those engines are shut down. The DHL service in from Leipzig heading towards East Midlands now. That one just east of Chelmsford. That one is around 20 minutes away from us. And a very similar flight time this evening, that 777 in from Cincinnati. That one just passing west of Rill. Looks like that one is going to route down just south of Chester, over towards Stoke-on-Trent, north of Derby towards Nottingham, and then right hand onto that final approach onto runway 27. We'll stick with the DHL in front of us for the time being and just watch this one start to be offloaded this evening. No, we do. I think we just put the cover over the equipment slightly, keep that warm. There we go. Check all the batteries are in good working order. Yeah, everything looks to be in the green. Good to go. Looks like those two final aircraft that we're going to end the stream on this evening, the UPS 767 in from Philadelphia and that 757, the DHL 757 in from Reykjavik, both around an hour away from us now, or just a little over an hour. They should be with us around 8:20 this evening, and we'll be ending the stream just a few minutes after that. The Jet 2 service in from Lanzarote approaching from the south as well. That one is 30 minutes away from us now. And the Jet 2 service in from Tenerife, just about to leave the coast of France. There, just a little way to go. But that one will be with us in around 50 minutes or so. So a number of aircraft still to receive on this evening's stream. It's a little quiet to start off with this evening, but that traffic is definitely picking up now. You can see the stairs just being moved into place. You can see the cargo being offloaded from the rear of the aircraft there. So a very swift operation over on the DHL ramp. Just tend to get a little busy over there, so some aircraft do have to wait a little longer. But usually as soon as those aircraft are on a stand, they're on it, getting them offloaded and turned around as quickly as possible. It's not uncommon for the turnaround to be a couple of hours to get it offloaded, loaded back up, and then see it on its way again. So quite a rapid turnaround to manage all that cargo and get it into the sorting facility just ahead of it there. Han Air, thank you very much for joining us this evening. Hope you've enjoyed the stream. Hopefully see you on the next one. There we go, that's forward cargo door just opening up now. There we go, the platform just moving in to start offloading all those containers this evening. It's a very swift operation indeed. Not too long to wait then before we see those next inbound aircraft arrive with us. DHL 777 from Leipzig, just passing north of Luton now. That one is around 15 minutes away from us. very similar flight time, the 777 in from Cincinnati. That one making its way down towards Crewe and Stoke-on-Trent. Again, that one should be with us in the next 15 minutes or so. Majority of that DHL stand should start to be populated in the next 30 minutes. We should start to see a good mix of those passenger and cargo aircraft as well. So we'll be live for the next hour or so this evening. We should be ending with the inbound 757 making its way down from Reykjavik, and the UPS 767 making its way over from Philadelphia this evening. Now with the Maersk 767 starting up in Edinburgh. So that one is still on stand at the minute. Keep an eye on that one, see if it makes its way down on time. So if we can catch that one, we will catch that one as well. But very much looks like it is still on the ground and not started its taxi yet. So at least that weather has stayed a little more pleasant than it has been over the past few weeks. The temperature isn't too bad at all this evening. A little bit of a chill in the air, but nothing too like we've experienced. So we've been out here when the frost has started to form, so it's a welcome change to say the least. So a bit of warmth, and it should be picking up again towards next week. I think we've got similar temperatures on Thursday for Thursday's stream. And then fingers crossed into next week. I think Tuesday is looking a little cold. But Thursday we should be back up into double figures again. Last time I checked it was about 15 degrees. Thank you very much there, HDAP, for that information on the Cincinnati service. Should be seeing that one in the next 10 minutes or so, hopefully. There we go, all the cargo coming off that 767 now. Crew just leaving the flight deck there as well. So while we wait for those services to arrive, we'll grab the drink, I think. Keep warm for the rest of this stream. So we'll be live for the next hour or so here at East Midlands. We'll catch those last couple of cargo aircraft. Then we'll jump off and go and get in the warm. If anybody missed the 1S747 departing towards the start of the stream as well, that one was probably about an hour and a half ago. And that one departing into China this evening. We managed to catch that one departing in the last of the sunlight there, so definitely go back and check that one out. Probably skip back an hour and a half or so through the stream, and you'll see that one depart in front of us. It's probably a good job we're back on 2-7 operations this evening. We wouldn't have got the shot that we did. That Cincinnati service just north of Derby now. That one around 10 minutes away from us. And we're just passing through 9,500 feet. The registration on that one, Golf Delta Hotel Lima Whiskey. Airframe is 14 years of age, and total flight time this evening just shy of 7 hours and 50 minutes. Should be coming in at around 7 hours and 46 by the time it arrives with us this evening. So we may see that one in first. The 777 making its way from Leipzig, just a little south of Leicester now, just east of Lutterworth. That one again very similar, 10 minutes away from us. Registration on that one, Golf Delta Hotel Lima uniform. Airframe just a year younger than its counterpart, inbound counterpart. 13 years of age. That one passing through 10,000 feet now. So the fueling truck just moving into place on that 767. This one is outbound again this evening, back over to Cincinnati. So a very sharp turnaround indeed, that one with an estimated time of 10 to 9 this evening. So an hour and 20 minutes, and that one should be loaded up and back in the air again. Not very long at all on the ground this evening, so a very long flight in and just a short stint to offload and reload, and then it's back off west again. Sally, good to have you with us again. Thank you very much for joining us. Everything really, as many layers as you possibly can, and as many warm drinks as you can to keep warm. The temperature is not too bad this evening, so it's a little chilly out, but not as bad as it has been. A lot of heated things to keep us warm. A lot of heated hand warmers in the pockets to keep the fingers warm, and a bit of movement around us as well. Just keep moving to get that blood flowing really. No, it's not too bad. Should hopefully improve in the next few weeks anyway. Be able to take some of these coats off. So look then, that 777 in from Cincinnati, just passing over Nottingham city centre now. We'll see which one of these makes it into that approach pattern first. Looks like it will likely be the service in from Cincinnati, that one just passing through 3,700 feet now. And that service in from Leipzig, just passing through 7,700 feet. So it looks like that one will give way to the service in from Cincinnati, which should do anyway. As soon as those come into view on the approach, we'll pan around and watch those in as well onto stand. Looks like somebody's bought a new horn for the car this evening, and testing it out there. Either that, or they're trying to attract the attention of the police. There we go. So they've worn it out now anyway. Right, back onto aircraft. The 777 in from Cincinnati, just south of Nottingham now. That one heading down towards East Midlands, should be with us in just a couple of minutes. So look where that one is. Looks like that service in from Leipzig, just making a right turn, making a bit of an extended approach into East Midlands this evening, just north of Leicester now, giving way to that service in from Cincinnati. That one is just about to turn onto final approach. You can see the lights of that one in the distance up there. The 777 on that final approach now, just overhead Eastleek. So just a couple of minutes away then we'll take our eyes off this 767. It's like they're pretty much finished loading that one anyway. Sorry, unloading that one. That one should start loading back up again. And then we'll watch the 777 land in. That one should roll out in front of us. And we'll have a look as that one arrives onto its stand. 777 here from Leipzig, now out of its slight holding pattern there. That one just about to turn on to final approach as well this evening, landing onto runway 27 at East Midlands. And just following those, the Jet 2 service in from Lanzarote. That one just passing through 11,300 feet now. So I think everybody's having a bit of fun there with their horns this evening. See how much fun they have when they appear on camera in a minute. So pan around and wait for that 777 to arrive in. There you go, the one still in the distance there. I think it'd be easier just to get out of the car and talk to each other rather than communicate through a pip in your home, but seems they've got different ideas this evening. There we go, that's it, 777 just on its final approach now, approaching the runway threshold. That one should roll past us in the next couple of minutes. Just touching down onto 27. The sound of those 777 engines, no match for the fleet of Seat Ibizas in front of us. So I don't know which one I would hands down over that. Thanks for your contribution to the stream, if you're watching. Very much appreciated. 777 just vacating now. The inbound service from Leipzig just a minute or so behind now from touching down. And just overhead Kegworth. So we'll watch this one on to stand and then watch the 777 as it rolls out as well. It seems like the car horn and exhaust convention is on next to us tonight. Either that or he's trying to flog a load of fireworks. But more pressing matters. Solar Fish 777 as it arrives on stand this evening then. His counterpart just arriving behind us, sneaking up in fact. Very quiet engines on this 777 this evening. Flight time on this one this evening, just under an hour and a half, an hour and 29 minutes to be precise. Registration, Golf Delta Hotel Lima uniform. As you said just a little while ago, age on this airframe 13 years old. Jetty service in from Lanzarote, just on final approach as well. Stick with this 777 in front of us and see where this one ends up on stand this evening. So the vent is open for the APU there on the back as well. So that's it. On the virtual stabiliser there, stick it up. The marshal are just different signalling for that one to apply its parking brakes. The engine's shutting down on that one now as well. is shutting down. Let's just quickly pan across to the very end stand. Service in from Cincinnati is this evening. There you go, that one in a very similar state, just pulling on to stand. Those engines shut down. So those stairs just being moved into place now. The Jet 2 service here from Lanzarote almost upon us. That one just overhead Kegworth now. The airfield looking a bit more densely populated now. Number of those DHL stands taken up. Now Jet 2 737 just landing onto runway 27 now. We'll pan around and catch that one as he gets a little bit closer. Just leave that 777 for the time being. Flight time on this one this evening, that's 3 hours and 47 minutes. Registration Golf Delta Romeo Tango Kilo. Aircraft age is 11 years. There we go, that one off onto its stand. Check on that one in a minute so you can watch that one disembark. But let's have a look at the 777s on stand this evening. Just going a little too far now. Yeah, looks like that one is ready to start offloading. Like the next inbound, the Jet 2 service here from Tenerife, just out west of Aylesbury at the minute, approaching Milton Keynes. Some new tyres at that rate. So Jet 2 service in from Tenerife, as I was saying, just approaching Milton Keynes now. Just south of Milton Keynes. Now that one is around 15 minutes or so away from us. So, like those last two inbounds, the UPS service in from Philadelphia is around 40 minutes away from us now, and that's DHL 757 just a little earlier, 30 minutes away now. That one just west of Carlisle. Routing down the Lake District north of Manchester, passing through the Peak District, north of Derby, and then into East Midlands this evening. So around 30 minutes or so left on this evening's stream. So it looks like that UPS is just ever so slightly delayed this evening, so we'll likely end with the 757. So that means we'll end just after 20 past 8 this evening. Sam, you're very welcome. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. So it's been a bit of a quiet stream this evening, so not a lot of aircraft movements early on. As usual, those services here from America and Europe, cargo services populating the stands now. Jet2 service in from Tenerife, 10 minutes away from us now. That one just approaching Northampton. Let's see if we can have a spin around. We'll leave that 777 for the time being. See if we can catch the service in from Leipzig. That's the JFK one there being loaded back up, I think. There we go. The 777 in from Leipzig this evening, just in front of us. Crew just coming off that one there. A number of crew coming off that one. Maybe a ferry flight over for some of those crew members as well this evening. That one should start opening up any time soon. They're definitely poised to start receiving that cargo off. There we go, that door just opening now. Definitely turning a bit chilly now. So the services after the next 30 minutes or so tend to drop off. There's a couple inbound. The Maersk's starting up in Edinburgh and Belfast. But those will vacate pretty much off in the distance down there, so we won't necessarily manage to catch those on this evening's stream there. So probably just plan to end on the 757. That one is around 25 minutes away from us now. It's not too far out. But if you're joining us for the first time this evening, very warm welcome to Live Flight Action. It's been great to have you with us. and to all you returning members and subscribers as well. It's great to see you in the chat, and great to have you watching with us this evening. Now, it's not been too much of an eventful stream. Movements been a bit sparse, but there's been a good variety of aircraft managing to catch the 10747 out just after 6 PM, so a couple of hours ago now. With that one departing out as the sun was setting over in the west. If you missed that, definitely go and have a look back through a couple of hours ago in the stream. I've got the jet suit arriving here from Tenerife, 24 years of age. Registration on that one, Golf Juliet Zulu Hotel. Flight time on that one should just be over 4 hours this evening. Not that long at all for that one to run this evening, just passing through 10,300 feet now. That one should be with us in the next 10 minutes or so, maybe a little less. Mark, thank you very much for joining us this evening. It's been good to have you with us. Yeah, there's not been too many departures this evening. The one, as I said, took off a couple of hours ago. But we were waiting on the Chewy 737 MAX to take off. That one has been on base training for most of this afternoon. The ATR there in front of us should have departed as well about an hour ago now. As we can see, that one is very much inactive. So you can have a pan across and catch the 737 over there. I'll wait for this Chewy to arrive in. Jet 2, sorry, not Chewy. That is the Chewy that was due to depart a little earlier. Not sure on the progress of that one, but it is a little behind the schedule this evening, if it is going to depart out. Let's have a look what time it's had on that one. 8:10 is the scheduled time now on that one. It's like it's been pushed back by an hour or so. So hopefully we should see that one out in the next while. There we go, back on the 777. check those batteries are still on the green for this last little stretch of the stream. Yeah, looking good. The Jet 2 from Tenerife, just north of Leicester now. That one just 5 minutes away from us this evening. 757. Looks like that one is around 25 minutes away from us. So that should be landing in around 8:30. We'll keep an eye on the Chewy in the distance there. So that one is due to depart at 8:10. Whether that does stay on time or not, I'm not too sure. It does. It has already had a change in departure time this evening, about an hour. And the lights of that Jet 2 just visible in the distance there. That one approaching East Midlands Airport now. We should make a left-hand turn onto its final approach into runway 27 this evening. Dieselworth Road Orchestra there for you, everybody. If you could hear that. There you go. I don't know. Anyway, back onto the Jet 2. That one is approaching East Midlands now. That one just on its final approach. That one around 3 minutes out now, just heading towards Eastleigh. Good evening to everybody just joining us. It's good to see how you're with us from East Midlands Airport this evening. Looks like John has sent you all over, so thank you very much, John, at Drones and Planes. Good to have your support as always. Sarah Jane, good evening to you, and Sophie as well. Katie, good evening to you. So just awaiting the arrival of that Jet 2 service here from Tenerife. Keeping our eyes on the 777 in front of us there. Just to give you a quick pan around for everybody who's joining us this evening. Oh, I can. The early arrival in from JFK there, the 767. That one currently being offloaded. I really do apologise for the noise this evening. It's a shame the airport doesn't do something about Deesworth Road there. Anyway, apologies for that. If you just joined us, it's been happening for quite a while, unfortunately. But the Aerologic earlier inbound from Delhi, just over there. That one offloaded quite a while ago, and it's been on stand for a number of hours now. That one landed in just after 4 PM this evening. But the DHL on stand there, that one arriving in just a short while ago as well. That one currently in the process of being unloaded this evening. The Jet 2 just about to land into East Midlands onto runway 27 now. That one is overhead Kegworth, passing through 1400 feet. So as soon as we have sight of that one, we'll pan across and get a good view of that one landing in this evening. And then not too long after that, the DHL 757, that is around 16 minutes away from us now. That one just passing through the Peak District, just about to pass over Carsington Water. That one's going to route down towards Derby and then into East Midlands. And that one will probably be the last aircraft on this evening stream. So that temperature is dropping a bit, and I think everybody's getting a bit too excited on the road behind us. But thank you to everybody who's stuck with us this evening. There's been a bit of a lull in traffic. We managed to see a bit of a variety anyway. So anybody joining us, if you want to catch the 10747 departing out a couple of hours ago, that one departed around just before 6 PM I think this evening, into the sunset. So definitely go back and have a look at that one if you want to see it. So the One Air that was on stand in front of us, now down I think on stand 83 it was down there. The engine on that one, I think, under repair at the minute. But next aircraft to approach in front of us, the Jet 2 service in from Tenerife. Flight time on this one this evening, just over 4 hours, 4 hours and 3 minutes. Let's have a look where that 757 is this evening, just passing north of Derby now. That one should be with us in the next 5 minutes or so. John, yeah, thank you very much for directing everyone over this evening. Thank you very much indeed for that. It's not too cold up there this evening. Let's stick with this one for a couple of minutes. Apologies for any noise in the foreground there. There's not a lot we can do about that, unfortunately, this evening. At least we've got a good uninterrupted view of the airport in front of us. So let's have a look where that 757 is then this evening.
Stuart calling Tom.
So I should see this one disembark anytime soon. So that's at 757, just on a little way out, just about to turn onto final approach in the next couple of minutes. So not too sure what the weather is like in Tenerife at the minute. But if it is warm, I'm sure everybody's very pleased to be getting off that aircraft into the cold weather of East Midlands this evening. Yeah, just a reminder, as Stuart said, to visit the Aeropark this weekend. They are open Saturday and Sunday. Open at 10 AM and they're open until 3 PM. The last admission is at 2 PM. Now, if you want to inquire about any volunteering opportunities, the volunteers down here at the Aeropark are only too happy to receive any questions about that. But if you want any further details, there is a link to our to the Aeropark website in our stream description below, so definitely check that out. It's well worth a visit. Now here, that aircraft just beginning to disembark now. .757 shouldn't be too far out now. Looks like that one is just approaching Kegworth. Just a couple of minutes away from that runway threshold now. Just a bit of information on the 757 registration on this one. Golf Bravo. Clicked off that one then. Romeo Juliet on that one. Bravo Mike Romeo Juliet. Aircraft 36 years of age, and flight time this evening 2 hours and 17 minutes. And by the time it touches down in the next few seconds, hopefully. So we'll stick with this one and watch it on to stand. And then we'll conclude this evening's stream on that one. There you go, 7.7 just touching down now, so let's pan around and catch that one in. And vacating onto the airplane now. See where announced this, but it ends up this evening. There are a hive of activity over there now. It's like all those containers just being moved around in anticipation for the 757 to pull onto stand. It's very chilly now indeed. So the arrival of that 757 then, I think we're going to bring this evening stream to an end. So the temperature's just dropped off a little bit. I think it's a good time to end the stream on that one there. So thank you very much to everybody who joined us this evening. If you're new to joining us and new to subscribing, a very warm welcome to the channel. If you're a returning subscriber and a returning member, a very warm welcome to you as well. Thank you very much for joining us and watching this evening. If you're interested in any of our membership options or to support the stream, the information is floating around somewhere in the description, the channel description. There should be information on the chat there as well. But thank you again to everybody who's joined us this evening. It's been great to have you with us, and we'll hopefully see you on the next one. We should be back out on Thursday, weather permitting. The stream is already scheduled. It's already up there. We should be starting about 5:30 again from within the Aeropark. So thank you very much, everybody, and we'll see you on the next one.